movie is about, in pure plot terms, a dinner party that goes terribly wrong.
I think the movie is kind of a mix of it's a drama, it's a thriller, there's aspects of horror to it.
We wanted to do a movie that was about Los Angeles and about California, and especially about the kind of darkness that, like, if you've ever driven up into the Hollywood Hills at night, it can be so weirdly terrifying.
It's about coming to terms with your pain and your suffering and learning to live with that as opposed to reject it.
The Invitation, the movie, takes its name from the invitation, the spiritual movement inside the movie. It's a spiritual and philosophical movement about coming to terms with grief by forgiving oneself and transforming it into something moving, and it moves all towards a culmination, a transformation for the world.
I think that it came from some different angles, some that were emotional ideas and some that were more story or intellectual ideas. And I think for me, one of the things that I was thinking about and talking to Matt about was the idea of how terrifying it would be to know someone very, very well and have them leave your life and come back as a different person.
Grief makes you very vulnerable at times, and I think we wanted to show like what people kind of turn to, or explore what people kind of turn to, and whether or not that can be turned against them.
I play Eden. She is a woman who has suffered a great loss in her life. She disappears from her family and friends and returns with a newfound way of coping with the pain that she experienced years ago. I just like playing characters that have suffered tremendously in their lives and through the course of the film find redemption.
David is a record producer who, or a former record producer who has experienced a great loss in his personal life and completely derailed until he found himself again. What I really like about the character is that it's not clear from the start what David is going to do and what he's capable of.
I think the thing about Will that's most challenging is what a party pooper he is throughout the entire movie. And to keep him likable and keep that ball up in the air, that people still want to root for him. But I think what's interesting about him, again, is just his way of grieving and what armor he's built up through the years, and you get to kind of watch that armor shed throughout the movie.
When friends that you admire call you up and say, "We've written a character with you in mind," it's always flattering. And then when you read the character, you go, "Really? That's, wow, that's a surprise." Bit of a surprise that you would think of me that way. The character is really, really one of the most peaceful and settled human beings I've ever had the opportunity to play. He's utterly and completely certain of his place in the universe and what his destiny is.
The character that I play of Kira, she's the one who is, I think, doing the most assessing of everyone in the room. So she is the one who kind of maybe has her eyes open for everything, because this is a new situation for her. And because, I have been dating him for a while, it's also, meeting some of his friends for the first time.
I feel like I connected with Claire. It was like, I just kind of clicked into it. She's much more conservative than the whole of me. She's a professor, she's made tenure, and she's the only one in this group who doesn't have a special someone or kids or anything. But I just like that she was sort of more of a thinker. She doesn't just react emotionally.
I really like the character because she's real weird, and she's an insider of the secret of the movie, but she's very much an outsider in the group.
Everyone has Ben in their group of friends. He's easygoing, you know what I mean? He's a guy who just lightens it up all the time, I think that's where Ben fits into this group, is sometimes this group can get a little heavy, and then Ben's like, come on.
Gina is she's the resident party girl. So, as Karen puts it, she's a party girl even if she doesn't want to be the party girl.
It's always exciting for an actor when you can play a contemporary character that reads real and has depth and humor and intellect and wit.
Choi is one of the friends, and without giving too much away, he's a real essential part of the plot twist.
I kind of saw him as a type that just was at this party to have fun. He just wanted to come, have a good time, and unfortunately, he can't.
I've admired Karen's work for a long time, and I've had the good fortune of working with her around written material, but never had the opportunity to work with her as a director on set. And she doesn't disappoint. She's incredibly collaborative, patient. Every idea is considered, and every opportunity to work with others is given. She listens to everybody and never loses control of the set. She's also very funny and really kind.
I actually was sent the script by Sig de Miguel, casting director in New York, who said that I have to read this film and I have to work with this director. And I found out it was Karen Kusama. I didn't know what to expect when I got to the set, but I realized that she is one of the most supportive directors I've ever worked with. She gives all the actors an opportunity to express how they feel about their character and what they feel their character should be doing in a scene. And then she motherly guides us to where it actually should be. And the process has just been spoiling and humbling.
It's a very creative and inspiring process, and Karen is also really very supportive of all of us in general.
She and Matt and Phil were not just amicable, but engaged in working together and making the script. And the character's journey in the script Will's the best it can be, and they've been only open to working together and really huddling up and seeing what works.
To me, the vision of the film has to do with examining our modern day culture, which is so resistant to pain. We really want to negate or numb or eliminate our pain. And I guess as I get older, but maybe not necessarily wiser, I feel like pain has a real value as a sort of message to our sort of physical bodies and to our emotional selves. And so there's an interesting nightmare in this movie being depicted, which is the nightmare of being in tremendous pain, but also the nightmare of denying your pain and what the implications and consequences of that can be. And so for me, I just felt like I have an opportunity in a story that feels really gripping on a movie level to also explore this idea that we've become a culture that doesn't want to experience the most human, physical emotions, feelings, and sometimes those uncomfortable feelings are the way we know we're alive.
And cut.